Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a fresh episode of The Underdog Protagonist. I'm Pratyush, and today we are joined by Raj Khedun, Managing Director of Keep Fit Kingdom, a platform with a strong mission to help 1 billion people live 200 happily. Raj is also the author of How Squats Can Change Your Life, a performance and relationship coach with over 15 plus years of experience, and the creator of 3 Metaverse Breathing Method. It is a game changing practice which helps you reduce anxiety, overcome insomnia, and recenter your mind within just minutes. No pills, no side effects. If you're looking to reclaim your wellness in a world which is constantly trying to burn you out, then this episode is for you. So, without any further ado, let's welcome Raj to the podcast. Hi, Raj. Welcome to the Underdog Protagonist.
Yes, thanks for having me, Pratyush. I'm looking forward to the conversation. Thank you.
Same here. I'm really grateful that you booked and you took our time from the schedule, and we are here finally. But before we begin, could you briefly say to our audience like who you are, what you do, and what are you most known for?
Okay, so my name is Raj Khedun. I'm from London, England, where I was born. But as you can see from the color of my skin, I'm of Indian, Asian, Indian heritage, going back 3 generations. My ancestors came from Mumbai or Delhi, one of the two. Anyway, I was born in London, and my story is quite an interesting, maybe unusual one. I was 3 years old when my mother took me to nursery in London, and as I enrolled, we looked around the playground, the classrooms, and then we ended up in the library. And for some strange, inexplicable reason, my hand gravitates towards 2 particular books, one about dinosaurs and another one about planets. And I didn't touch Thomas the Tank Engine or the Mr. Happy and Mr. Sad books or whatever, just the dinosaurs and the planets. So this is a very interesting kind of attraction I had to these things. And the dinosaurs was all about evolution. How do animals evolve? How do animals become more sentient? How do their brains expand? How do they communicate? How do they work in a team? Because elephants and dolphins, they use sound, they use communication, and they work in a team to protect each other. It's animals who are kind of lower on the level, it seems like they're isolated and they're just by themselves, but as you get higher and higher up the hierarchy, you realize there's this intelligence that works together for the common good of something bigger. So I was curious about that as a 3-year-old, wondering how does the brain develop? How does it change? Can you influence it as a human?
Right.
Do you have conscious power and control to affect or impact your own evolution? The planets thing was about, okay, there's these amazing planets in the solar system. You've got, Mercury, you've got Mars, you've got Saturn, you've got Jupiter, Venus, and so on. But what are these planets actually doing there? Like, what do they do? Like, they spin around so fast and have all this electromagnetic energy. But how does that impact the other planets and the other beings on other planets, and including us on Earth? How do they impact us, and do they impact us? So if you go on YouTube, you'll see there's lots of NASA robots have been on Mars for a long time. They explore the surface of Mars, and you can see Mars, real life Mars. You can see the sky is red, the ground is red, but they never found any water, never found any plant life. And there's no dinosaur bones or creatures that may have existed before. Nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing. So you say, well, there were dinosaurs 200 million years ago on this planet, but why is there nothing on that planet? How does it make sense? Why is there even a planet there if there's nothing on it?
Right.
So this kind of thing, this kind of inquiry, I was kind of obsessed with from a young age.
Okay.
And that's what's guided me towards, going through some metaphysics, yoga, studying that for years and years, anatomy, physiology, exercise, health, nutrition, mindset, performance, human potential, languages as well. I've studied several languages as well. And what am I most well known for? I'm most well known for creating a mastermind group called Avatar DNA, and also creating the 3-3 Metaverse Breathing Method, which helps unlock brain chemicals for people to sleep well, to overcome insomnia, to overcome stress and anxiety very, very quickly. In most cases, 1 to 2 to 3 minutes, simply by unlocking brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, anandamide, which is Indians should know about anandamide. The UK, America, they don't know what. It's exactly ananda, which is bliss. All humans have a bliss molecule in their brain. And why would humans have a bliss molecule in their brain if they were not designed to be happy?
Correct.
So it tells you that human beings' nature is to be happy. But if you never access anandamide, this bliss molecule in your brain, you'll never know that.
Right.
You'll be sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes happy, sometimes sad. But when you die, you never want to say, oh, my life was half good, half bad, half happy, half sad. That's not really about 50-50. That's nothing. You want 95% happiness at least. Right?
Exactly.
It's not 100%. So this is where understanding anandamide and the vagus nerve, which is a part of the parasympathetic nervous system, we also unlock that as well through the 3-3 breathing method. So that's what I've become most known for.
Awesome. I mean, you have set a very bold purpose, a bold mission, to make 1 billion people live a happy life till they're 100. You want to make people chase that number more actively. And people often frown upon the fact that they can live up to 100. Even they can live beyond 100. But just because they haven't fed this narrative that because you are consuming so many chemicals, so many fast food, so many other things, man-made things, maybe your body is not equipped to take you to that age and make you live a healthy life. But Keep Fit Kingdom, the one that you have built, has this mission, helping 1 billion people live to 100. Where did that vision really come from?
Yeah, I mean, Pratyush, it's the ambition to help people live to 100 years old happily and healthily. So not just about quantity, because quantity, if there's no quality, it's like, what's the point? Right. So we need both quantity and quality. I would suggest quality is even more important, because the impressions that you have in your mind, in your samskaras, in your emotions, those things you remember. But if you live to 120 years and you are miserable, it's like, well, what's the point of that? So I think quality and quantity is both important. I wanted to help people understand that the human body is actually very powerful. There's a lot more to it than you think. And it's not what modern biological theory would have you believe, that it's flesh and bone, and when you're dead, you're dead. That's far from the truth. Flesh and bone is only 10% of us. The rest is electromagnetic, and there's so many elements of mind, soul, consciousness, spirit, that is just so much more powerful than the body, the physical body. So by introducing people to methods like pranayama and the 3-3 to help them introduce them to that power and that flow and that beautiful experience of harmony. When you have less static or less conflict in yourself, you can enjoy everything. Enjoy your food, enjoy other people, enjoy your family, your kids, nature. You can enjoy everything because there's no conflict within yourself.
Right.
And when you help other people reach that flow state, they don't want to fight with you because they want to maintain that peace as well.
Exactly.
So then no one wants to fight anymore. Great. Perfect.
Awesome. I mean, do you believe this idea that, there's a lot of rumors. I have no certainty or surety on this analogy, but I've seen all these Babas in this Himalayas, this Kashinath, Kedarnath, all these regions. You might have heard about this as well in India. There are claims that those Babas have lived hundreds of years. We are not sure how they have achieved that number. maybe by meditation, by going to deep meditation, by preserving the chemicals in the body and by preserving the skin, the bones, and the other thing. But I believe it's very much powered by the energy of their soul, and which is what you partly talk about in your sessions as well. The energy our soul carries, which takes us forward through that age. But could you throw some light on this fact or this claim, or is this just bogus?
Well, have you heard of this person?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Hopefully you can see it.
Scientific healing affirmations. Yeah.
Yeah. Paramahansa Yogananda. He's globally famous for influencing people like the Beatles, the pop group in England, massively. Also, Steve Jobs. He was a huge influence on Steve Jobs. Why? Steve Jobs created the most financially successful company in the world. Right. And why was he so attracted to Yogananda? Because he brought in things like legacy, aesthetics, product design, leaving something amazing, going the extra distance to create something, make it fun for people, give them something they would love to own. All these mindsets, come from yoga, aesthetics, design, engineering. A lot of this comes from yoga, in fact.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's actually true about those Babas who live 100 years, 200 years, 500 years in the Himalayas. It's true. It's true. And I know how it's true because I proved it to a certain extent in my own life. Right? By using pranayama, which is electromagnetic energy, which is all around us, I've not seen a doctor for 20 years. I've not taken any medicine for 20 years. I've never had to go to a hospital, an MRI, an ultrasound, an X-ray, nothing for 20 years. Right? Even my GP, the doctor's surgery reception will call me and say, "The doctor's so angry with you, Raj. You never come here. You have no records. It's like you don't exist." So I know I don't. I don't need to exist for the NHS. I don't need anything you have. Right? Because I use electromagnetic energy to heal myself and to keep myself powerful. Right? And we all have electromagnetic auras around us. Right. And the aim in life is to keep on expanding it, not to decrease it, it's to keep expanding it. So you become stronger and stronger and more powerful and more aware and wiser, and you can help more people. If I'm weak and I'm sick and I'm spluttering and my immune system is compromised and my nervous system is weak, how is anyone going to be helped by me? I can't help anyone if I can't help myself, right? So the aim in life is that you're supposed to grow your electromagnetic field by using power of prana to expand your mind, expand your brain, expand the power of your organs so that you don't have to waste time on medicines, doctors, hospital tests, worrying about the test scans going to come back in 8 months and you don't know what's going to happen. All this energy is wasted in fear. It's a waste. Too much wasted energy, too much time wasted. So that's why, I can attest to what you were talking about, those Babas in the Himalayas. It's true. They can live very, very long because they know how to control the breath and stop the decay of the body.
Most people are not able to grasp this idea, mostly because of the biasness or maybe because of the societal norms that has been pushed among them. And also just because there is a lot of complications or complicated scenarios created by this health industries. There's Ayurveda for sure, but there's homeopathy, there's allopathy, there's other sorts of therapy sessions that you can go for to heal what is going within your body, right? So all these different wellness methods has kind of complicated the industry, and maybe it's also misleading people to believe what might not be true. We know that there's a cure for everything in the nature, but we still believe on the medicines on the counter, right? So could you throw some light on why do we feel that it is complicated, or is it complicated at all? What do you think?
That's a brilliant question. Yeah, that's the kind of conversation we were having a round table talk with our other progressive thinker friends, philosophers, doctors, metaphysicians. Have a cup of herbal tea, and we all sit together, 20 of us, and have this very friendly discussion about these theories. And I'd like to point out that Swami Rama is a brilliant yogi from your country, from India, of course. He started the Himalayan Institute in America, in Pennsylvania. He has a beautiful 400-acre ashram. Beautiful place. And the disciples and the students that come from there are just very high level. And he said this. He said, you need to understand that all of the body is in the mind, but not all of the mind is in the body. So listen carefully. Not all of the body is in the mind. All of the body is in the mind, but not all of the mind is in the body. So what does that mean when you hear that?
I think the mind controls all the body, right?
Right.
But the mind is not dissipated enough in your body to influence your health.
Okay.
Is it the correct narrative? I don't know.
Yes and no. So basically, mind is supreme. Mind, because it's invisible, it can control the visible.
Okay.
Right. Now, you will never know this until you develop your mind.
Interesting.
Yes. So I know for a fact that if there's any processes happening in my body, I use my mind power to control it.
Okay.
And that's by command. Anyone, if they're serious about metaphysics, they can develop this. But you have to, like I did, I cut off TV, cinema, radio, newspapers, magazines, gossip, a lot of friends. All my friends are spiritual friends now. I don't have any worldly friends anymore because what they talk about for me is a headache. It's not interesting. It's like, come on, this is the baby stage. You still with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we understand what Swami Rama said, that all of the body is in the mind, but not all of the mind is in the body. So the mind is the thing to be worked on. The mind is the thing that can counteract chemicals, medicines, all those things you can do away with if you can learn how to control the mind power.
Yeah.
Does that help answer your question a bit?
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a deep conversation that you can't draw a lot of summaries out of this because it'll just go on and on, and there's a lot of myths going around that needs to be busted. But yeah, this is, I can't say that, okay, one entity is there to win and this is not working, because there are such certain scientific backups that, back this story and back this narrative that, okay, this is working. This chemical formula that you're putting in your body is helping you, aid this or help your immune system in a way. But obviously everything has its side effects, but going for natural things is the best, as I believe. I also believe on the fact that you should not consume a lot of medicines. You should stay away from those things as much as possible. Because from my childhood, I have been taught that once you take enough medicines, your immunity kind of weakens. Your body is naturally demanding those medicines when it's suffering. So it's not able to build that system to help itself. So let's say I'm suffering from fever right now, and I have been feeding myself some paracetamol since ages. And now if a different fever hits, my body has no power to defend itself. Okay. And I'll keep on suffering until I have had that tablet of paracetamol. And now I'll feed this thought in my brain that, okay, now I have had my medicines, I'll get soon, fast. But it's a play of both, you can't expect that the same dosage will work next time, because once you've had the same dosage over and over, you might have to increase the power. Previously 500 milligrams was working, maybe you have to take this one notch up to 650. Now 650 is diluted in your body, now you have to go for 1000 milligrams. Now you just keep on increasing the dosage, and that's where the medical industry has created those things, that you keep on having those inside your body so that you're growing more and more dependent on those things. But it's also true that if you're feeding your brain that I'll be better. I'll get soon better. This is nothing. I can handle it. This is nothing that is new for me. I mean, this happens to everyone, so it's happening to me, and I have the energy to cope up. And once you convince yourself that it's not a big deal and you can get through it, then surely you'll get past the ailment. And this has been taught to us since our very childhood. I mean, our parents taught us that. And that is why I have this strong belief that too much of anything is bad for you. Okay, sometimes your body might not handle the pain, so might be dependent on those medicines. If it's serious, go for that. Nothing wrong with that. But if you have alternatives of any natural remedies, I think that's the best option that is so and so best for your body.
Agreed. I just want to touch on that point because, I know that it's a very difficult thing to understand this topic.
Yeah.
Because most people, they do have to take medicine because they don't know how to heal themselves. They do not understand it because it's not been taught in school, electromagnetism. It's not been taught. So they do not understand that you actually have infinite electromagnetic power all around you. You think it's just air or oxygen. That's only a small part of it. So we have to understand that wherever people are at in their level of understanding, their capacity, their evolution, their development, from that point, you have to help them where they are. Well, if they believe it's pills, okay, take certain pills, but go for the more herbal ones if you can. Change your diet, get some exercise. That's the basics.
Yeah.
If you go more into it and you say, well, I don't want to waste my time with these things. What can I now do to leverage electromagnetic energy and channel it through myself to avoid all of this wasting of time, wasting of energy, wasting of confusion and frustration? I want to eliminate all of that. This is the correct question to ask. Can I do it? Is it possible? So it's not just asking, looking for the answers. You have to ask the right questions.
Exactly.
Right. So I think, we understand people will take allopathic, they will take herbal, they will take homeopathy, and so on. But I prefer now, above everything else, electromagnetic is the real medicine.
We have been talking about electromagnetic since the beginning of this episode. But people might not get it, people who are new to this thing might not have the idea that what this thing really is. So I want to touch on two things. First is, how does this electromagnetic influence our metabolism? And secondly, how is this 3-3 Metaverse Breathing Method helping you influence that energy so that our metabolism is stronger?
That's a brilliant question. So first of all, just to answer that question succinctly, in a way it's also very exciting. If you think about it, you as a human being have, as mentioned earlier, you have so many powers available to you. If you don't take the time to explore it and get interested and curious, like Steve Jobs said, stay foolish, right? If you don't have that childlike curiosity to think, to explore, to wonder, be amazed at, wow, what is this? I didn't design this. 5 fingers, I have a nose, I have it. I didn't do that. How did that happen? Like, you should be feeling very grateful for how this has come about. So to answer your question, the atmosphere is not just air and oxygen and nitrogen and hydrogen. There's 3 main constituents: light, electricity, and magnetism. Light, electricity, and magnetism. Now, these are circulating in the atmosphere at all times. It's unlimited and it's free.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is learn how to pull it into your system in the most effective, easy, efficient way to start to evolve your brain. Okay, once you get this energy into your brain, that 90% of unused potential, darkness, starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. It's like little light bulbs. You have 27 billion neurons, brain cells. When you pump them with energy, they're like little light bulbs. They start to get brighter and brighter and start to brighten. And that's where the word illumination comes from. To illuminate the dark portions of your brain that you never used before. right? So that's what happens when you take in electromagnetism over a period of a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. It's quite quick, actually, because it's so powerful. But if you're not willing to do that, then you have to go the slow way of reading books, going to seminars, going here, going there. The truth is, all the knowledge is all around you at all times. In fact, you just need to know how to open the door and get access to it. It's like that. So, do you want to do? If you want, Pratyush, we can go through the 3-3, how it works, and if you want.
Sure. Before that, I want to understand that you have claimed that it helps people, ease anxiety. It will help, solve insomnia. So I'm interested to know what really happens, inside the body while we are doing this, to have this better understanding on how it really helps, people solve both of these things.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'll give you an analogy to start with. When you go to the beach or the sea, why do people love the sea so much? The beach. Why do people love it so much?
I think the cool breeze and the openness, the seawater flowing through. You can see the horizon, and you're just lost in tranquility in that open space and the calmness.
Yeah, the kind of infinite space. You're like, okay, I can breathe, relax, open, free, right? Because all of us as souls, we all crave freedom fundamentally. We all want to be free from all troubles, all pain, all worry, all whatever. We want to be free because that's our true nature, freedom as souls. Jivanatman or Atman, they call it in Sanskrit. So when you go to the sea, you also see ebb and flow of the waves. It's very calming. It's very soothing. Comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out. But it's never exactly the same. Sometimes it comes in a bit more and then out a bit less, and then sometimes in less and then out more. And, it's like this gentle flow, ebb and flow. In Vedanta, we call this the inflow and outflow of Brahman, the breath itself.
Okay.
And the reason why the 3-3 is so interesting and so powerful is because it gets you into flow state quickly. Right? It's what it does. It opens up endorphins from the brain, releases endorphins, which are pain relieving hormones. It also releases serotonin and dopamine, which are feel good, happy hormones. It also releases what's called anandamide, which you guys in India should know, right? Ananda comes from a Sanskrit word bliss. So as humans, we all have the bliss molecule in our brain, which means we're all designed to be happy. And also we have a vagus nerve, which is a very important part of the parasympathetic nervous system to rest, digest, heal from trauma, heal from surgery, heal from injury, deep sleep, and so on. If most of the world, because they're so materialistically inclined, it's all about rushing here, rushing there, cortisol, fear, adrenaline, go, 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 right? But the problem with that is that you'll soon burn out. You'll burn out, you'll have adrenal fatigue, you'll get so stressed out, your life will be, you destroy yourself, basically.
Yeah.
That's what happens to so many people in this day and age. So that's the sympathetic nervous system. You need to learn how to get into the parasympathetic nervous system deliberately, consciously, at least 3 to 4 times a day for at least 10 minutes each time.
Gotcha.
That's why doing breathwork practices or pranayama or reading or praying or whatever you do, you need to move from this crazy action deliberately at least 3 to 4 times a day for at least 10 to 15 minutes each time. Then at the end of the day, you'll feel like you're in control. You digested all your experiences. You're not worried about anything. You have peace. You've done action, and you've done enough action, and you've also taken the time to appreciate and digest your experiences. It's very important.
In this podcast, The Underdog Protagonist addresses all these underdogs who are going through this stage of this middle mess. So they are on the verge of making a big breakthrough, but it has not happened yet. Some people might have made some major breakthroughs, but they still feel like there's a lot more to be achieved and they have not fulfilled that higher purpose. So while they're trying to pursue this passion, this higher purpose, sometimes they are drained, sometimes they are anxious, most of the times they're burnt out. And to find something that can potentially ease their ailments, ease anxiety, ease insomnia, ease their burnout, and move their body, their mental state into a healthier space, I think it's huge for everyone. So could you point out a few real examples of how people have adapted this into their day-to-day activity, into their day-to-day life, and how they have seen the transformation within their physical and mental well-being?
That's a great question. So we've got several examples we can use. We've got corporate, we've got people who have been burned out, we've got people who have had long-term diseases, we've got people who have had long-term sleeping disorders. Is there a particular area that you'd like for us to focus on?
Let's talk about the professional people, because that's where our target listener is.
Okay. So, for example, we have this amazing business lawyer in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland. Very high level. She works at the highest level, constantly doing, 7-8 figure deals, sometimes 9-figure deals with entrepreneurs in America and in the UK and Europe. So she's always stressed constantly because of the high level of the attention she has to pay to the details, to the contracts, to the deal making, the negotiation, and all those things. So she's fundamentally a contract lawyer, negotiation lawyer. So she came to us and said, look, I heard about this method that you do. Can it help me? I asked her a few questions, found out what her lifestyle's like. She would exercise for about 30 to 40 minutes a day, which was okay. But it wasn't enough to control her emotional anxiety and her stress levels. So we did the 3-3 Metaverse Breathing Method with her. And within 3 minutes, she became completely calm. Or her stress level, she could not even, there was no thoughts in her brain at all. None. She said that the monkey mind chatter, like we have this monkey mind thing here, completely went to sleep. But she was fully awake and fully aware of herself. But there's no chatter. Like stress, gone. So when she went back to work, she was able to do this method for about 2 minutes before the meeting. And everything in the meeting went perfectly smooth because there was no static or resistance in her. So she was confident when she was talking to her business partners. And they all started to nod in agreement with her. Just nod. Yes. It's not because she's super amazing. It's because she felt great about herself. And she was in flow state. And when people know you feel well, that energy, that emotion, it has this amazing way of spreading into the environment. People pick up the vibration and they just agree with you. Yeah. So that's one example of how this 3-3 Metaverse Breathing Method helps corporates.
We have often heard people saying about the zone, that if I'm in the zone, I'm unbeatable. If I'm in the zone, I perform 110% of my capacity. If I'm in the zone, my mental state, really flows vividly. If I'm in the zone, then my productivity increases or skyrockets. So this zone is essentially that, the flow state of mind where you're calm and when you can think straight without any chatter in your mind, because in a human brain, we receive thousands of, callings in our brain, thousands of thoughts are generated per day. And we only do a few things, right? And we do not commit to all the thoughts that are arriving within our brain. So to calm that chatter is, I think, is huge. And that is where true wellness lies, as I believe. Once you have calmed your nervous system, then you can focus on what is really mattering in front of you at the moment, and you're enjoying the life at hand instead of worrying about the past, the future, and what's going to happen if I do XYZ. Right? So people have a lot of misconception around this idea that I have to be motivated all the time. I have to stay consistent to this particular thing if I have to chase success. I believe consistency is one of the major things. But can you walk us through how to do this method anywhere, anytime, or how can we do this consistently to make our life be in that flow state all the time?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can give a taster of how this works and get a sense of it.
Yeah.
But people can, they're more than happy to ask questions on the website. You can buy the program there. There's a lot of really good material that helps to get the most out of it. Right. So this method, as mentioned, it works on several levels simultaneously. And because it does that, it compresses the time frame as well, because you're leveraging several things at once. It's never been done quite this way before, where we leverage all the best of your brain chemicals, which secrete hormone into your bloodstream, right? And in such a, people say, oh, it takes me half an hour or 40 minutes to get relaxed, to get calm. Some people say I have to practice a certain craft for 10,000 hours before I get into a flow state.
Yeah.
And we think, well, no, we get people in flow state within 60 seconds. It's that leveraged effect that is responsible for bringing such a powerful impact in a short period of time. So we'll do this with you. You're familiar with breathing, are you?
Yeah. I do pranayam every week in my yoga class. I go to yoga class in my gym, and I try to attend the class and what the instructor is saying. I try to follow that very deeply, and we do pranayam. We do all the yoga poses. We do the therapy, the light therapy, where we dark the room and we keep the candle in the between. I believe that's called candlelight therapy. I don't know the exact term for that, but it's basically you sitting on a circle, and candle will be in the center, and you basically try to focus your attention on the candle, on the brimming light, and then you forget all the thoughts that is chattering inside your brain, and then you slowly close your eyes and imagine that light burning at that same position without moving, without thinking of anything else. So I think that also works very nicely for everyone who has been attending. But that is there, yoga is there, and obviously the breathing, pranayam is there. Okay,
excellent. Okay, so we'll do this one in a nice, succinct, compact way.
Sure.
What we'll do first, we'll block one nostril, so block the right one, and breathe in and out a few times. Yeah. And then switch over. Good. And would you say they're 50-50, or is one more open than the other?
I think the left one is 40, right one is 60.
Okay, 40-60. Okay.
Yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, Pratyush, where 1 is terrible and 10 is amazing, what would you say you feel right now?
I think I'm at 7 right now.
7, yeah?
7, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so for this 3-3 Metaverse method, we're going to breathe in 3 parts through the nose.
Okay.
Like this. So, and then 3 times out of the mouth with an elongated exhalation on the 3rd exhale. So, would you like to try that?
Yeah, sure. Do I need to keep my eyes open or keep it closed?
Just for the trial, you can keep the eyes open.
Okay.
Good. Very good. Good. And remember, on the third exhale, let it just flow. So,
Okay.
so that activates. Yeah. That's it. It's more of a ha sound. It's like you're saying ha ha ha, but without the vocal. So. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. That activates the vagus nerve when you get ha sound. Correct. So what we'll do, Pratyush, we'll do it for a minute together.
Okay.
And we'll have the eyes closed. And then I'll ask you some questions afterwards.
Sure. I'm ready.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, just relax. Keep the eyes closed, Pratyush. Just relax. Just gently feel what's happening within. Just observe gently. And keeping your eyes closed, Pratyush, tell me what you notice and how you feel.
I feel like the breath has become colder. I can feel from my tongue to my throat very clearly now. I feel the air is passing. That sensation was not felt earlier, which is now very evident to me. I feel like the heartbeat has gotten slower. The breathing has become easier. It has also gone slower, certainly. And I feel a sense of calmness.
You feel any sensations around the brain area, around the prefrontal cortex, or any of the part of the brain, upper brain, anywhere around there? Any mild sensations?
On the sides of my brain, I feel a little sensation of tingling.
Tingling, yeah.
Yeah, either sides. And when I think about it now, I can feel the whole skull. But the sensation is definitely there. I can feel that I'm calm now. And there's a slight tingle effect on my forehead, on both the sides of my head.
Okay. And do you feel pleasant overall?
Yeah, absolutely.
You said you notice your heart rate slow down a bit. And the mental chatter, that monkey mind chatter that most of us have in this busy world, has that slowed down or decreased a bit?
Yeah, I think substantially. I was thinking 10, if I want to scale, if I was thinking 10 things, now I'm thinking 5. It's a drastic, improvement.
Okay. Do you feel an expansion of awareness beyond the body? Like your mind is now kind of something a bit bigger in terms of your...
Previously, I was focused on the screen, on you, on what you were saying. But now I feel like I can sense the fan running, the laptop, the light around me, the air flowing, the things around me. Yeah, I think it's a spatial awareness has increased.
Yes, exactly. You said you felt a 7 out of 10 earlier. What do you say you feel now?
I think we are at a solid 9 now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You went in 60 seconds. You went from a 7 to a 9. That's quite significant. On a scale of 1 to 10, are you surprised how quickly this worked? Like just overall?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But even though you've done pranayama before, it's not quite like this one.
Yeah, so in pranayama, you're basically breathing through your nose, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this involves a faster breathing with your mouth as well. So it's kind of different from pranayama, and I believe it has significant potential.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised are you at how quick it worked?
I think I'm at 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you're in a flow state?
Absolutely, yeah.
And do you get a sense of how this could help people with insomnia, for example, where they do this before they go to bed for 30 seconds or 60 seconds or even 90 seconds? Do you get a sense of how they could just easily drift off to sleep by doing this?
Most of the times it's the running mind that keeps you from having that good night's sleep. But once you do this, your mind has calmed down, your breathing has slowed down, your heart rate has gone down. So I think overall you are in a better calm state. The flow state that we are referring to is where we are at right now. So I believe, it can help people suffering with insomnia significantly.
And that's exactly what's happening with people, even if they've had insomnia for 5 years or 10 years of taking melatonin or other, zopiclone or other homeopathic medicines, drugs. They do this and they're like, oh, what happened? They just drift off to sleep for 6 hours straight. If they do wake up, the good thing is to understand, if they do wake up, they'll just do this again and they'll fall back to sleep.
Is it okay if I open my eyes now?
Yeah, please go ahead. So,
Okay, perfect. I believe that in my childhood, I just got this random thought all of a sudden. In my childhood, when we used to go to school, we have this prayer sessions, right? Every morning before the classes begin. I don't know if it happens there or not. I don't believe it happens in any other countries but India. So we align on multiple rows and we join our hands, we sing our prayers. And there's this assembly, we could call it a school assembly before the classes begin. And there we get to chant mantras or we, hum prayers. And we do the drills, do the thought of the day, the speeches, everything before the class begins. And that's the daily routine that you have to go through again. And I don't know, maybe people have not realized that it has been impacting us since that time. Because when we are humming that Om chant, we are doing the prayer, we are closing our eyes, we are focusing on those particular words. In a way, you're trying to ease your brain because you're going to learn something, right? You're going to school to learn something, some new things. So if your mind is suffering or if your mind is constantly thinking about multiple things from here and there, it's not really aligned. This is what is helping you to align your brain so that you're more open to learn things. So just before, we are getting into the prayer, just before we're getting into the class, we're doing this prayer. It's essentially helping us calm our brain, our body, so that we are getting into the zone of studying.
Absolutely. I would say, especially in this time of evolution, the way humanity is going, if you're having stress, if you're having anxiety and you want alternative natural methods, do get in touch with us because we know how this can impact and transform people's lives. And the amazing thing is, we have a very compassionate, knowledgeable team. If you just get in touch with keepfitkingdom.com, you can reach out to us on WhatsApp. You can click the Insomnia Hack page. You can buy the tutorial product. You'll find out a lot of information, testimonials, and so on. We really want to help as many people as possible. So don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much for listening to the end. I hope you found this episode enlightening. Now, doing the breath work was very transformative as an experience. I could breathe clearer. My mind opened up. I could think better. And I felt as if I went in a state of trance. But you let me know what you felt after trying it out for yourself. I'll leave links to Raj's socials and the website Keep Fit Kingdom down the description for you to go and check it out. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, take care.